Hello everyone, it's early Sunday morning. I'm in the centre of Sunderland. Once this was the heart of Bishop Wearmouth. Just thought I'd show you a couple of things. There's the fine public house, the Peacock. It's the best time to do videos, there's hardly anybody about early Sunday morning. It's nice and cold. I've been up since 3 o'clock, couldn't get back to sleep, so I'm out for my breakfast, so I just thought I'll show you some of the sites. That's the new culture house. It's going to be like a library, meeting venue. It's had lots of criticism for its architecture. It's quite brutal, isn't it? Lots of brick. Honestly, this place has changed so much since I've been here for 30 odd years. There's High Street West, once the main road through the town. This is Gillbridge House, now here's travel, but this was the old entrance to the old High Street West baths. So this was Bishop Wearmouth. Monk Wearmouth was across the river, and Sunderland was about 3/4 of a mile down the old High Street. The new venues, the Botanist, Keel Tavern, the Muddler's coming soon. But it's a bit busier than I thought. A few joggers about. This is the now walk to the Stadium Light from the centre of the city. The Keel line with all the ships ever built on the River Wear leads all the way down there. There's the magistrates. There's Gillbridge Police Station, or it's called the Yard now. It's like office space. And this is one of Ray Lonsdale's finest sculptures. It's called Canny. Is it? Yeah, Canny. So I think it's probably hidden away here actually. I'm sure there's a better place it could be seen. Right, I've got to go across this busy road. So it's a great open space. Keel Square. Go across here. That's the new City Hall, replacing the old Civic Centre. Vast improvement. I love this area. I come here on my lunchtime, just have a walk around. Changed so much, and that huge building at the back, that's a brand new infirmary. Oh, luckily there's nobody on the bridge. But this is a site of the Vaux Brewery. I did that video the other day about Cuthbert Vaux and all the children he lost at Bishop Wearmouth Cemetery. And there's this new installation. I don't know if is it touch sensitive? I don't know. But as you can see, if you've been out with Sunderland for a while, it's completely and utterly changed. All these office developments, and it hasn't even finished yet. There's still loads to be done. That's the Keel line. I'm just going to go around here because there's a great viewing platform. Look at this. It feels like more like in Manchester than Sunderland nowadays, because that's the one thing Sunderland hasn't had, is huge towering buildings like this. It's like a boulevard. They have all got names. I don't know what the names are though. But you can see there's a City Hall, massive. Might see a little bit of history. It's definitely on the up, Sunderland. It's the best it's looking since I've been here in my 3 decades in the city. I think it was a town when I arrived. But they're just doing the finishing touches. I can't speak so called. Finishing touches to all this paving, so you'll be able to come along here and walk all the way down to Weymouth Bridge. Oh. What a view. Sheepfolds over there. That's Monk Weymouth, where that church is, and then the bit by the river was called Monk Weymouth Shore. Thought the bridge would be busier than this actually. I was here a couple of Sundays ago and it was absolutely chocker with walkers. Couple's mind, it wasn't at like 7:10 on the morning. But I'll show you something else as well, because those videos I do about Galley's Gill and the Gill Cemetery, it's not far from here, and you get a great view of Galley's Gill. Something like that. Art gallery. That's one person on it. But you might remember a couple of weeks ago I did that video, The Hidden Wilderness. That was on the top of that cliff over there. The diggers have actually moved in, so it's just as well I got there. And then below us here, it's all been cleared. The coal used to be brought down into Galley's Gill and then taken away from down here. There was the Lambton Drops and the Hetton States. So some of the stories I've written in Sunderland history are set down here. This is where the coal trimmers would wait in Galley's Gill for the ships to arrive. But you know, quite big, these cliffs down here. That story you did the other week, The Last Drop, that's Poor Sailor, or Mariner, that's where he fell off one of these, further along on the other side. There's all this land down here as well. You can actually walk now, I think, to where that white fence is from Weymouth Bridge. And on Monday night, it's Sunderland's first home game under the lights when you be able to walk through here. Now, I do have a fear of heights, so I hate getting close towards the edge. I'm always worried that the camera's going to drop off the pole. Apologies, I'm getting there closer. So there, that's Galley's Gill, historic part of Sunderland. Down there, that was the only way to get to the river between over where that Liebherr crane works is and down to the sort of the other side of Weymouth Bridge, which was Bishop Weymouth Pans, because of these cliffs. So that was the only way you could get down with like wagons, and eventually they had some two train tunnels down there. City on the up, the light's perfect as well. God, it is, you don't actually appreciate how high it is. And then there's a second little bit of drops down there, because there used to be all these staithes along this Riverside waiting to take the coal away. Galley's Gill leads up to where I'm going to do my next video, which is at the Gill Cemetery, which is now going to be the park. Got to admit, they've done a brilliant job. Just perfect. And eventually you'll be able to walk all the way along the side of the river. There's still lots of construction on. Oh God, I'm going to get... Just trying to get close. That bridge, you might be able to see, that's the Gill Bridge. It's closed at the moment because of all the construction. I went to a meeting about a year and a half ago and they said they didn't know whether they're going to rebuild it completely or repair that one. But it'll be a key point to get from over Farringdon Row into the city centre. But I think it was back in the 1810s or early 1820s. There was a riot down there because a lot of keelmen were unhappy about some new technology, I think it was, which would impact on their jobs, so they destroyed the bridge. Now this is Sheepfolds. I've been to that proper twice in about 3 months. Best pies I've ever had. Doesn't open till later on, but I don't know if the coffee shops are open. Oh God, here we go. There it is, Galley's Gill. It's quite impressive. The stream which goes through Burn Park and Barnes Park, I think it's at the Barnes Burn. I think it's called the Isle Howell Beck when it gets down towards the city centre. It flows out into here somewhere. Goes right through the Gill. It's culverted, but you can imagine when all that's finished. They were originally going to do some houses and I think a coffee shop. I don't know if they're just going to leave it as like an open area. But up until they started construction, it was just a wilderness. It was one of those places not many people ever went to. There is one thing I want to have a look at over here, because I was here a couple of weeks ago and there's this huge tunnel being dug and I still haven't found out the reason why. I want to get back and take some photos as well. So the light's perfect. It's going to be housing development on my right. Glad it came down. Not sure if it's open. This used to be the stables for, I think, the railway company, because Monk Wearmouth railway station's just a few hundred metres away. But there's it. I'll show you the entrance. There it is. Always reminds me of one of those camps in Eastern Europe from the Second World War. I won't mention it on YouTube, but just have that look. Don't think anything's open yet. Well, I've only been to Side Kings proper, but there's restaurants, bars. It's an absolute great place. And that's the benefit now. because we've got the new bridge, everything's linked. And then here we have the Stadium of Light. I'll show you this tunnel. I say tunnel, is it a walkway? There did used to be an old cobbled footpath down to the river from like the industrial era. But I think this is where the housing development is going to be, so I don't think it's got anything to do that to keep people away from the houses. Because it's obviously going to be a noisy place, busy place to live when there's concerts on. But, way down there. And there we have it, the Stadium of Light. I'm a Darlington fan, so I don't really go here. I've been about 5 times over the last 30 years. There it is. There's the old walkway I was on about. But the stadium's built on the old site of Monk Wearmouth Pit. I'm glad I actually got up early and had this walk. Right, I'm going to end this because I'm going to do a video at the Gill Cemetery and I'm going to go for my breakfast. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this little tour, give it a like, and if you want to, click on the subscribe, and it'll help grow the channel so I can do more historic places around this particular area. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care everyone, bye.